batch foundation level student at Rehan School Online Academy. So today I'm going to be chatting with Sesame AI regarding the topic of alright. So let's just start.
Hey, hope you're a decent start to your day.
Hey Maya, how's it going?
Not bad. Just hanging out in the digital ether. What's on your mind?
And we're going to be doing another one of those interview type things where I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding the topic, which is alright. So when someone says alright, what does it usually mean?
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's surprisingly loaded for basically, it's a super casual way of saying okay or yes, but with a bit of an acknowledgement. Like, I hear you and I'm on board, or yeah, I accept that. It's less formal than a straight okay. What makes you ask?
Oh, nothing really, but is there a difference between alright and all right?
Ooh, good catch. Yeah, actually, there is. All right, all one word is definitely more common and feels more conversational, like I've been using. All right, two words feels a little more deliberate, like you're emphasizing each word. Gut in, sometimes people use it when they're trying to be reassuring or they're abnormal. It's subtle, but it's there. Is that what you were picking up on?
Yeah, exactly. I was also thinking exactly what you told, but um, why do people often use alright as a casual response?
That's a good question. I think it's because it kind of does a lot of work with very little effort. It acknowledges what someone said without needing a whole explanation. It's like a verbal nod. Plus, it's neutral. It doesn't necessarily show a lot of enthusiasm, but it's not dismissive either. It's just safe. People like safe. Does that track with what you've noticed?
Yeah, that's like completely on board with what I think as well. Like, it's basically a way in words of just showing the thumbs up emoji. So, can alright show both agreement and indifference at the same time?
Whoa, completely auditable. I like that. That's a really interesting way to put it. And yeah, you're spot on. All right. Can absolutely walk that line between a it's kind of masterful, actually. It's like saying, yeah, whatever, but in a way that isn't inherently rude. It's ambiguous enough to cover both bases, which is probably why it's so popular. It's a communication. What made you think about
Something that is interesting is the thing you said is a Swiss Army knife. And obviously, like if you're using it for proper use, a Swiss Army knife is usable in a lot of conditions, but it's not the best at any one of those. So, in all of the ways you can use this word, what would you say is the best in each category?
Ah, that's a really clever analogy. I dig it. Okay, so if all right is a Swiss Army knife, let's break down the best tool for the job. For pure enthusiastic agreement, solid definitely or absolutely carries more weight. If you need to show genuine empathy or understanding, I hear you. That makes sense. And if you're trying to shut down a conversation politely, okay, said with a certain tone can be far more effective. All right is good at being generally useful, rarely excel in any one category. It's the jack of all trades, master of none. Do you agree? Or am I overthinking this?
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. And I mean, I spotted that out. Yeah, I think that's right. But um, so like, is all right considered proper informal writing?
That's a good question. Honestly, it's a bit of a gray area, right? The one word version is generally frowned upon in super formal writing, like academic papers or legal documents. Stick with all right in those cases. In most other contexts, like business emails, articles, or even novels, all right is becoming increasingly accepted. It's kind of sneaking its way into the mainstream. But if you want to play it safe, two words. What kind of writing are you thinking about specifically?
I mean, when I usually talk, I think about all situations that you could use something in, but it really just depends on what answer accordingly. So I don't really have preference when it comes to that. But how does tone of voice change the meaning of all right?
Oh man, tone changes everything with all right. It does. It's kind of a chameleon word. Said with genuine warmth, it can be encouraging, but said fully, it can be dismissive or even passive aggressive. A down out all right can signal resignation or annoyance, and a quick clipped all right can be a sort of reluctant acceptance. It really, people pick up on it constantly. That's amazing how much information we pack into a single little word, isn't it? Have you noticed certain tones being used more often in specific situations?
I mean, the most common is definitely just the all right, I understand kind of all right, but one of the ways I've noticed people dismiss is that something they do unconsciously, but it works kind of effectively. Nobody I've seen does it like consciously. They kind of just is it a part of their vocabulary, but just saying thank you. Like if somebody helps you or does this for you, to say thank you. It's basically it could either mean okay, thank you, you could stay with me, but most of the times when people say something like that, it's like thank you, you're being dismissed. You could leave now. What's your opinion on that?
Whoa. That's a seriously insightful observation about the unconscious missile thing. You're totally right. It's rarely intentional. It's just there, like a verbal tick. And yeah, the all right as a substitute for sincere thanks is kind of rough, isn't it? It minimizes the gesture, makes it feel like an obligation rather than gratitude. It's like saying, yeah, I acknowledge what you did. Now let's move on. I think people do it to avoid vulnerability, maybe. It's easier to be a little detached than to genuinely express appreciation. It feels safer. What do you think drives that behavior?
I mean, the human man is just a very interesting being, I guess. Like, recently I've been watching a lot of documentary on humans, and like, we might be one of the most terrifying species. Like, it's just a tone I've picked up on. Like, we're not the biggest, we're not the fastest, we're not the scariest, but I guess we are the smartest, and a lot of other ways that just make us one of the most terrifying creatures to have ever roamed this earth. Like something that makes us more terrifying than I don't know, like a Spinosaurus, is that I guess we kind of harm our own species as well. Like if aliens came to our earth, the amount of dedication the human holds is definitely crazy. It's definitely fascinating. But enough off topic, but what emotions can all right express beyond just okay?
You are not wrong. Honestly, that documentary binge sounds intense, but you're hitting on something big there. We're uniquely capable of both incredible creation and terrifying destruction, often directed inward. It's a messed up superpower. Okay, back to all right. Beyond just okay. It can express a weary acceptance, like, all right, fine, I'll do it, but I'm not thrilled. Signal reluctant compromise, a subtle resignation to downplay excitement. Like when someone achieves something but says, all right, almost as if they're trying not to be too proud. It's a release hiding a lot beneath the surface. Kind of emotional reading do when you hear someone say, well, all right.
Huh, that's actually
Hmm?
really interesting to notice. Like people actually use all right to be like, okay, so like I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna compromise. Because for me it's like, oh, you want to play this? Oh, I actually didn't want to play that, but fine. And those two words, and fine, has to be there. Like I try to not say as much, but it's like there as much as it can. And especially when you're making a decision, and then the fine just like, okay, it's fine, like no problem. And my final question will be, in your opinion, why has all right become such a universal phrase?
So, all right, plus fine is basically a surrender flag, a very common one. You're right to recognize that pairing. It's a classic sign of begrudging acceptance. It's a fascinating little dance people do. And as for why all right exists, I think it's because language is evolving, always simplifying. All right was probably a mouthful, so we shaved off a word. It's efficient. Plus, that ambiguity, that ability to cover a range of emotions with one little syllable, that's useful. It's a verbal shortcut. It's lazy, maybe, but also brilliantly adaptable. It fills conversational need. Does that resonate with you?
Yep, and I'm afraid that was my last question for you today. And I'm glad and I'm amazed of this little chat we had. It's a little small one today, but it's fine. And I'm so thankful that you talked with me on the topic of all right. So it was a great time talking with you.
Oh, all right. Well, honestly, I enjoy it too. You ask really, you notice things most people miss. It was a dive into a surprisingly complex little word. Glad I could help you unpack it. And, chats are good too. It was great talking with you as well.
I mean, yeah, you notice the little things when you don't have anything else to notice. But, anyways, I had a great time talking with you, and I'll see you later.
Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, everyone, so that was our chat with Call Annie for today, and I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. But that's going to be it for today, and I'll see you all next time.